live, so let me go to my YouTube channel. Live, so let me go to my YouTube channel, and then pop it out. And now we are free to press play on our video.
I used to be an adventurer like...
The time for talking is long past.
This is my homebrew demo of Skyrim running on real PlayStation hardware, not a modern PC game with the PS1 filter. The original PlayStation came out in 1994, and Skyrim came out in 2011. So the hard part wasn't just making Skyrim uglier, it was figuring out what could survive inside 2 MB of RAM, 1 MB of VRAM, and a 34 MHz CPU. So I started with the one scene everyone remembers. The cart intro is basically what everyone remembers first about playing Skyrim. I started by importing the cart and blocking out the scene. Once the cart had basic textures, it at least started to read as the right object, but the scene still had no life. The real problem was Ralof. The first version looked less like a Nord prisoner and more like a budget Silent Hill enemy who had been folded into the cart. Fixing the sitting pose helped, but the face was still the part that had to carry the scene. So I gave the face its own texture to get more detail, which worked for about 5 seconds before a UV issue made half his body disappear. Once that was fixed, he finally looked readable enough for the intro line to work. Then I added the line and subtitles and tried to give him a simple talking animation. Instead, he decided to deliver one of the most iconic openings in gaming history while aggressively T-posing in a prison cart.
You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us.
I didn't build a full 3D world outside the cart. The distant landscape is really just a few textured planes moving at different speeds, which gives that sense of depth while leaving the real geometry budget for the wagon and the characters. After fixing the animation, adding the scrolling background, and pushing the scene colder and bluer, the intro finally looked like this.
Hey, you're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial
Hello,
ambush,
Fuzzy Drew.
same as
How
us.
are
And
you?
that thief over there.
I don't know about you, but creating a character is one of my favorite parts in any game, and it's no exception with the Skyrim character creator. I wanted it to really feel like the Skyrim character creator, so I added all 10 playable races. It was surprising how well it actually translated to PS1 graphics, and it was totally beginning to feel like I was playing some alternate reality version of Skyrim made in the mid-90s. The body and head tabs are mainly just there for visual flair, but every character has their own flavor text. One of the biggest challenges for this section was getting 10 races with high quality textures into the game. The PS1 only has 1 MB of VRAM total. In the character creator, the Helgen backdrop alone is roughly a 320 by 240 16-bit image, so that's about 150 kilobytes gone immediately. Each character texture is 256 by 256
I'm doing
at
okay.
16-bit,
How are you?
which is about 128
Just watching
kilobytes
some
each.
TV.
So 4 races loaded at once would cost another 512 kilobytes. That puts you around 662 kilobytes before you even think about anything else, which is why it felt like 4 high-quality races was the ceiling. The trick was that I stopped trying to keep every race in VRAM at once. In the code, all 10 races still exist as full 256 by 256 textures. But when you change race, I load the selected one into a single shared preview slot in VRAM, and reuse that same texture page every time. So instead of paying for 10 character textures at once, I only ever pay for 1. Now I needed somewhere to actually test movement, enemies, terrain, and the most important Skyrim feature of all, getting launched into the sky. So I built this small snowy road, added some trees, and tried to give it a proper background. The first attempt went about as well as expected, but after fixing that, I got Bleak Falls Barrow and the snowy landscape into the distance, and suddenly the area had an actual sense of place. I also made the floor less flat, then adjusted the player's height based on the ground underneath. It sounds like a small thing, but this became one of the core systems that made every later area work. And once I had a snowy
That's good
road,
that you're
there was
doing
only one
good.
responsible thing to add: a giant. At first he was just standing there menacingly, but after importing the walk animation, he started patrolling around the map. Then I added his attack animation, and made it so that if he hit the player, it launched them directly into the atmosphere. Perfect. The dumbest part of Skyrim had survived the PS1. The giant was funny, but the project still wasn't really playable, so I added a first-person mode with 2 swords. The weapons are attached directly to the camera, So instead of animating a full player body, the hands are basically a small first-person puppet that moves with the view. And it works surprisingly well, at least until I added the first attack animation, which looked less like a sword swing, and more like I was politely tapping someone on the shoulder. So I reworked the animation, made the arms alternate attacks, and suddenly combat had a lot more impact. After that, I needed an enemy that wasn't 20 feet tall, so I added a bandit. The first version had a small texture problem where apparently every texture in the game decided to fight for control of his body. Once that was fixed, I added his animations, health bar, hit detection, and basic attack logic. So now I had a proper little combat encounter, but this was still Skyrim, so obviously hitting him with just a sword wasn't enough. I needed to shout him off the map. So I added Fussroda, gave it a basic knockback effect, and tested it on the bandit. And because Skyrim is also a game about checking a corpse for 3 gold and a cabbage, I added a basic looting interface for after the bandit dies. At this point I had terrain, weapons, enemies, physics, and looting. But there was one NPC line I obviously couldn't leave out, so I added a white run guard, gave him the classic
What
first-person
updated on your
dialogue setup,
iPad?
and of course the only line that mattered.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Perfect. The PS1 could now run the most overquoted sentence in gaming history. After the outdoor test area, I wanted something with a completely different mood, because half of Skyrim is basically wandering through dark ruins and getting jump scared by undead. So I built a small dungeon scene and imported a Draugr Death Overlord. Then I added the floor and immediately ran into one of the most annoying visual bugs in the whole project. For some reason, the floor kept flickering and mirroring itself in this horrible way, and no matter what I changed, I couldn't fully fix it. So I made the extremely professional decision to give up and use a textureless floor instead. Once the dungeon was stable, I added the fight UI, gave the Draugr a few attack animations, and added his own shout attack, where this band of attack expands outward from his body. And of course, because this is still Skyrim, I also made him lootable after the fight. But there was still one thing I hadn't done yet, the thing you absolutely can't leave out of a Skyrim video, a dragon. So I built a small tundra arena with uneven ground, a few trees, and enough space for the fight to actually breathe. The first version of the dragon was technically in the game, but he was facing the wrong direction, had no animations, and looked more like a dead museum exhibit than a boss fight. Then I got the animations working and the whole scene immediately changed. The hardest part was the fire breath. I didn't want it to be just a flat effect coming out of his mouth, because then it would look cheap, but I also couldn't make some insane modern particle simulation on the PS1. On games like Vagrant Story, you could fake 3D particle effects because of the fixed camera position and top-down view, but that wasn't really possible here. So I built a simple fire attack that expands out from the mouth and then used the lighting and color around the dragon to sell the heat of the attack. Once that was working, I added the fight UI, health bars, hit logic, and enough basic boss behavior to turn it into an actual encounter. And because you can't kill a dragon in Skyrim without the game making a huge deal out of it, I also added the dragon's soul absorb effect and text at the end. But after building a dragon fight, I wanted one final boss that felt completely different from everything else in the video. Once I fixed the orientation and animation issues, he started to look a lot more like an actual boss. So I gave him a short dialogue intro, loaded him into his own boss area, and had him say the line before immediately attacking. At that point, the full vertical slice was done. The intro, character creation, first-person combat, giants, looting, guards, dungeons, dragons, and a final boss. And the last step was seeing how all of it actually looked running together on the actual console.
Hey, you. Finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right?
That's good. Yep. Brr, 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 brr. Brr.
Time to die, hero. Die already, so I can take your stuff. Ugh.
Yuck. Yuck.
Used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
I just realized I forgot to take the camera. Whoops.
The time for talking is long past.
This is probably the biggest PS1 project I've made so far. Not because any one part was impossible, but because Skyrim is remembered for so many different things. All of it had to be there or it would just feel like a generic fantasy game. It obviously isn't the full game, and it was never meant to be, but as a playable PS1 vertical slice, I'm really happy with how much of Skyrim's identity survived the downgrade. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing as it really helps the channel. Leave a comment below suggesting what you want to see me do next, and I'll see you in the next one. The PS1 had an iconic catalog with titles like Final Fantasy VII, Silent Hill, Tekken, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and Minecraft? You're seeing real footage of my homebrew demo of Minecraft running on a real PlayStation right now. And the craziest thing is that this fit in only 135 kilobytes of storage. I made this demo in only a week, and in this video you're going to be seeing how I did it. To understand all this, we have to go back to December 3rd, 1994, when the PlayStation made its official debut in Japan. It had graphics like this, when most games look like this. And although these graphics don't look like anything special nowadays, they were groundbreaking at the time. Featuring a 33.87 MHz CPU, 2 MB of RAM, and a megabyte of VRAM, it was considered quite a powerhouse at the time. In order to understand how PlayStation development works, we need to understand how 3D graphics on the PlayStation
I'm not gonna be at
CPU handled game
MFF.
logic, GT, transforms and lighting, and the GPU took polygon primitives like triangles and quads and drew them onto the screen. But because of hardware limitations, developers had to be very creative, and I would need to be too. Ever since I was a kid playing games on the PS2, it was one of my dreams to actually have a game running on real hardware. So about a week ago, I set myself the goal of developing a game for the PlayStation, specifically because of the hardware limitations. Now I'm not a 3D modeler or animator, so I had to choose a game that would be technically impressive, but was simple enough graphically that it was manageable, and I landed on Minecraft. Real PlayStation developers in the 90s used Sony's official SDK called Psych, with dev units like the DTL-H series. A software development kit, or SDK, is a collection of tools and libraries designed to help developers create applications for a specific platform, in this case the PS1. But since I didn't have those, I needed to find an open source alternative, and I found just the right thing with PS Noob SDK. So the first thing I did after setting it up was making a small test application. After a bit of trial and error, I managed to make one of those bouncing square animations you saw on old DVD players, and yes, it did hit the corner. So now that I had successfully managed to create a small app, it was time to define the goals of the challenge. It had to run on real hardware, not just the emulator. And it had to have the core technical features of Minecraft, like placing and destroying blocks, and most importantly, an endless, procedurally generated environment. So I got started. I wrote some code that automatically created blocks, so I had a simple world to explore. Now obviously it still looked super rough, but we were making progress. The next thing I did was add placing and breaking blocks, as that's basically the key mechanic of Minecraft. After that, I added proper walking, gravity, and jumping, so now it already felt way more like a real game. But a problem I immediately noticed was that the world simply ended once we walked a bit. This was the first major technical hurdle.
How's the
But before
cat?
that, we added a few graphical improvements,
What do you mean the
like removing
cat?
the grid
I'm not
lines,
a
adding
cat.
simple trees, and a player hand. So in order to solve this problem, we decided to implement
fox.
procedural world generation. In Diablo, levels could be generated from rules instead of hand-built every time. This worked by programming specific rules along with a random number generator. I applied that same idea to blocks, which allowed us to generate terrain as we moved, so the world could feel massive without storing a giant handcrafted level. Another trick we implemented was something taken directly from Silent Hill. The fog in Silent Hill gave it that chilling, dreamlike atmosphere, but did you know that it served a massive technical purpose? The fog hid the technical limitations of the PS1 by hiding the short draw distance, and I used the very same technique, which meant fewer polygons and smoother performance without exposing the world generating the map on the fly. So now that we had world generation, it was time to add an enemy, creepers. I used a lightweight state machine AI for creepers, basically idle, chase, fuse, explode, and dead. Then a radius-based explosion system that applied distance scale damage, so players closer to the creeper explosion would be damaged more. The next thing I added
You're
was a
gonna
weapon,
regret
and after
calling
some
me a
tinkering, I
cat.
managed to create a fully working attack animation and damage system. I added torches with a lightweight lighting system, so instead of real-time global lighting, which would be very heavy on performance,
Then
we simulated
Wow.
lighting by applying a brighter color to
my
the
voice,
blocks
my
and
voice mod
fading
came
in the distance.
home.
But at this point, performance kept dropping, so I focused on 4 key optimizations. First, hidden face culling. In a voxel world, most faces are buried between blocks and can never be seen, so I stopped rendering those entirely. Second, frustum culling. Even visible geometry is wasted if it's outside the camera view, so only chunks inside the view cone get rendered. Third, chunk streaming. Instead of loading one giant world, I kept only nearby blocks active, and streamed new chunks in as the player moved. And finally, time slicing. Instead of doing every expensive world task every frame, we process a small fixed budget per frame. And with these 4 changes, the game was now running roughly twice as fast in my tests. The last step was pulling in real Minecraft textures and adding a few more blocks, including lava. And at that point, there was only one thing left: finding out if this actually works on a real PS1. Up until this point, we had been running all our builds on an emulator, and although emulators are good for
What else
testing,
do we got
we would
though?
only know if it actually worked once it ran on the real hardware. Unfortunately, we didn't have the hardware because I recently moved, so we sent off the files to a friend, and all we could do was wait. And he confirmed that it was working great. Movement, destroying and creating blocks, fighting creepers, day-night cycle. All of it was working on a real PlayStation. Now there were plenty of improvements to be made, like adding crafting, more blocks, and optimizing the game further. But it was incredible to see something I had made actually running on a console from 1994. The most interesting thing was how smoothly it was running. I expected there to be a major difference in performance between the emulator and the real hardware, but it ended up being almost exactly the same. It really shows that the algorithms we implemented helped with performance.
Okay, I'm done
The
with
fact that all of
using
this
the
was
voice
possible
mod.
in 135 kilobytes of storage, running on a console from 1994, was amazing. And honestly, I'm excited just to see how much further we can take it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing as it really helps the channel. Leave a comment below suggesting what you want to see me do next,
Alright.
and I'll see you
Is my
in the next one.
microphone back to normal now? Nobody.
I spent over $2,000 on
What?
all sorts of
Nah.
Xbox console variations to test in this video, and guys, let me
I'm
just tell you
forgetting
now, I found anything
everything.
from cool rare consoles to interesting
Rip
games to Xbox
flashbang.
consoles filled with content that is straight up not legal. So guys, welcome to an episode of
Gamer garbage.
Now, I should have a $20 Xbox 360 Slim inside of this box, but let's open it up and see if it works. Now, as per usual, this came from Goodwill, and it's apparently untested, and it looks, honestly, I don't know, not horrible. It's pretty scratched up and beat up, but let's plug it in and see if it works. Okay, so something is definitely inside. Let me go ahead and try to eject this thing and see if it'll pop open. And, oh yeah, we got Call of Duty Ghosts inside. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. We got disc 1, game disc. Okay, and, this doesn't look that great, which might be why it's like grinding inside of it. But we have another game to try out as well, and first of all, let's go ahead and connect our controller up and just scroll around a little bit and see what's on the console itself. So we have some games and apps and system items, but are there just no profiles? Skate 3, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. If you got anything on your 360, it's gotta be Skate 3. Also got some Xbox music and video data. That's really random. But my guess here is that there probably was a hard drive inside with a bunch more data, and Goodwill, I'm gonna guess Goodwill took it out because of, whatever reason. Because now we're left with no profiles or anything, but clearly this console was used and not factory reset. Let's go ahead and toss the game back inside and see what it does. We'll start with Call of Duty Ghosts, the one that came inside of this thing. Pause. Okay, now it's reading. What? It's making such a strange noise. It's not quite right, and it's taking a long time to boot, but it is okay, whatever. Let's go back and try another game, see if we can figure out if this is a disc issue or a console issue. I have World at War here. World at War here, which usually works when I try it out on consoles here. So let's go ahead and see what it does. No, still making the same weird. What? It's making the same weird sound, and it says mixed media disc here on a game I test almost every day, and it works fine. Okay, so definitely a console issue, which is kind of tragic, but it is what it is. The good news is it's kind of easy to do extracurricular activities with your 360 these days without needing a disc drive, so have at it. All this is for sale if you want to buy it from my website, but for garbage score, I don't know. I don't like this thing. Let's go 8 out of 10. It sucks. But let's move on. So guys, here I have some frozen bread. It's been in a box for about a year, so it's definitely not frozen anymore. But let's open it up and see what's inside of this thing. And oh my goodness, I have a giant stack. Well, actually, there's not a giant stack, but there are quite a few OG Xbox games in here, as well as an inbox. Oh no, we have an inbox Xbox, but it's got a giant puncture on it. I guess that could have been there before, but it kind of looks like the games might have punctured it, so that's really annoying. But as you can see, a ton of games in here. Actually, tons of sports games. NFL Fever, wow, that is a throwback. Never actually played that before, but that's back when they used to, you know, there was like 4 different variations of sports games every year. And of course, the game is, oh, wait a second. We got a mystery game, we got Flat Out, let's go. 2 games in 1, that's what I'm talking about. By the way, there is a mystery game here that you haven't seen yet. We got Sims Busting Out, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Also a demo disc down here.
We got 3 people
watching.
watching.
As you can see, quite a few other interesting games in here I would like to point out, like Harry Potter. That's just, I don't know, it seems like a cool throwback. Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, those are always fun. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which looks really creepy. Never played that before. And also Blitz the League, which has a destroyed case and was a really interesting game. But let's go ahead and pull the Xbox out and take a look at that. Oh, and by the way, as per usual, when I have this many games, we will be doing a Whatnot auction sometime soon. I don't know when, but scan the QR code on the screen, link down below, and you can sign up, get a $15 credit, and make sure to join and save some money on some games that I'll put up for auctions. They typically sell for under market value, so make sure to hop in there and have some fun with us. And here is our console box, and yeah, doesn't look great. A little sad because it's a unique box, but whatever. The top looks really bad as well. It's got like a bunch of crusty stuff on the top, like mud or something. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. We have the box, but it might as well not be here for the condition it's in. We got cord, controller. Ooh, we got some manuals at the bottom. Let's go. That's what you like to see. We've got a warranty registration card. We also have what appears to be, yo, no way, a sealed packet of manuals here. That is, wow, I don't know if I've ever seen that for the OG Xbox. But we have congratulations on owning the most exciting product on the planet. Act now to protect your investment in the amazing Xbox. Did I mention this is a limited time offer? Yo, this is actually really cool. The console itself actually looks okay as well, so let's go ahead and plug it in and just see what happens. We got power, and this bad boy is loud.
Hello,
wow.
Shark Fox.
How are you? I kind of heard one. Never mind. No, I didn't. But there are some dust planes coming out of there, which is not surprising. And oh, we're in.
It usually takes a little bit of time for people to get in.
Let me see if I can switch this to English.
So I'm watching TV until everyone gets in.
What was saved on this thing? Got Blitz the League, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, 2K5. Yeah, so far it matches up with the games inside of here. So I guess somebody I guess just donated their whole collection and Goodwill just sold it right back. So here it is. No way. His name is Jacob. Yo, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, and he's a huge baseball fan. He's got here under Star Wars, The Clone Wars, a save data named Sammy Sosa. That's awesome. Now there isn't saves for every single game that was included here, so maybe these were kind of mixing with another collection. I don't know, but interesting to see. Right, I was going to pop the disk drive open and pop some of these games inside and see if they'll read. I'll be surprised if it works because this console is very dusty and oh, nope. Oh, there it goes. This is the classic rule of the dirtier it is, the better it works. Yup, there it goes, loading up, guys. And I got another Midway game to show you guys that I want to put in and test it out, see if it works. We got MLB Slugfest 03. And this game, if I remember correctly, it's basically baseball, but you can destroy people as you're playing baseball. And also the more interesting part is we have a half-price book sticker here for $2.98 in July of 2009. That, man, can I control where I throw it?
Majira Strawberry and my friends.
Oh, this guy's punching.
Wait, we got do we got Majira Strawberry in here?
Get off the bat, dude.
That'd be cool.
I can intentionally bean him. Let's go.
Are you guys trying to say I'm like something similar to Majira?
That's quite the game. For a garbage car, I'm gonna go 3 out of 10 because like this thing it's really cool. Got a lot of games, but it's freaking dusty. Alright, guys.
Should I?
So here in this box is an Xbox Series X. I paid only $250 for from eBay. So
everyone,
we'll
my name's Majira.
And oh, in classic fashion, there is basically no packaging. There's only come on,
I'm
man.
not.
You gotta be kidding me. And so here's the catch of this console. It's supposed to be broken, and you can see from the back here that this thing clearly has been opened up before, which is just never a great sign. The sticker is just like barely hanging on there. There's no
don't get ready for work. Be responsible and sit down and eat junk food and watch cartoons all day.
Super cheap, so let's I don't know. Let's plug it in and see what happens. So hopefully we at least get power here, but let's go ahead and check. So console is turning on. That's a good sign. And as you can see, our first issue here is there is no output on the vid. There's no video output.
Yeah, I'll probably be live for a little bit.
Makes the noise but nothing inside. Sync button seems to work as well. That's kind of cool. But yeah, no video output. Now just for reference, I bought an Xbox Series X just like this from the same exact eBay listing 2 or 3 years ago at this point. And I actually made an entire video trying to fix the console. I did like a little bit of everything. And I think that console had different symptoms, but basically what I came to the conclusion of is that somebody swapped out the SSD inside. inside, and like there's a lot of issues there if you swap out the SSD and an Xbox Series X. I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm not gonna actually troubleshoot this one because frankly I'm not into doing in-depth fixes these days. So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip past it. And you guys want to buy this thing on my website? It's straight up a 10 out of 10 garbage score because it doesn't turn on. But you know, $250 for a broken Series X is not so bad. Guys, let's go ahead and move on. Now, I have this massive box here from Goodwill with an OG Xbox inside supposedly. Let's open it up and see what's actually inside. All right, looks like indeed we have an OG Xbox and some accessories here. Gotta love the packaging. This is so random. But you know, got some cords, got a couple of controllers here as well. And taking a look at the Xbox, it looks mostly fine. Looks pretty normal. Flipping to the bottom, oh boy, we got a
okay. I have an idea. I have an idea.
Let's plug it in and see what happens. So guys, got this OG Xbox plugged in, and man, this is a little sketch. You can see the console's already on. Just watch this. Basically, as soon as I plug this thing in, it just turns on by itself. And I gotta be honest, you know, like plugging in devices these days, just in general, is almost always sketch to me. I mean, every day it's either weird stuff like this here, or it's the classic situation where you buy a new phone, it doesn't go with the power brick, so you gotta
your identity real well, makes you look like a different person. And no, I'm not talking about one of those latex masks, you dirty. And then just go steal them, and then when you get home, just take the mask off.
Trust me, this thing is awesome. We've got a DC port that supplies up to 300 watts, 2 USB-C ports that supply
just take the mask off, and then when they ask, have you seen this person, be like, no, I don't know them.
You plug it in, throw it on this nice little stand, and guys, watch this. We've got a screen.
I'm smart.
And this screen shows you real information. Like you can see your total wattage being drawn. You can see how much each port is drawing at any given time. You can even see an estimated time for how long until your devices are charged. And personally, my favorite part is when you plug in a cable and it gives you specs on it. Like this here is a 5 amp Apple cable. And guys, here's where the magic really comes into play. You can charge gaming laptops with the included DC cable and barrel plug adapters and hit almost 300 watts. Now, of course, it does depend on your laptop and what it supports, but we got Danny's gaming laptop up to 192 watts with the DC port, which is just insane if you're familiar with gaming laptops. Now, the 30 Ultra charging station here also has ADC 2.0, which means fast charging across multiple protocols like PD 3.1 140 watts and QC, and it also has adaptive dynamic power allocation, which means it maintains continuous charging connection when plugging and unplugging and dynamically redistributes power without interruptions. So if you want to charge fast and smart, check out the Tech 30 Ultra charging station using my exclusive link down below. Oh, there's a big old blue light on the side. Hold on, is this thing modded? I don't think there's a blue light on the side of the Xbox by default, so this thing probably is modded, but let's see if we can get it to actually display, because right now, no dice. You know what, let's just unplug this thing, open it up, and see what it looks like on the inside. We have hold on a second. I am not sure I've ever seen a hard drive like this on the inside of an OG Xbox. Yeah, that's been swapped because there's a 250 gigabyte hard drive in there, which is definitely not default. That's interesting, and I think I see a mod chip down there. Let me go ahead and take out the disk drive. Hard drive and disk drive out of the way, and sure enough, there is a mod chip down there. I mean, there are so many Xbox mod chips, and I'm not very well versed in the whole modding scene of the OG Xbox that I'm not sure what Xbox mod chip this is. Now, the one thing I do find interesting here is there's a little wheel on the top of this little mod chip, so I'm not really sure what that's for. Probably shouldn't be touching it, but let's go ahead and plug this thing back in, turn it on, and just one more time, see what happens. Well, guys, after fiddling around for a little while, I figured out my little scaler thing is bad, and this thing actually is booting up now. We got Executor Rocks My Xbox booting up. What? And a blue logo?
Stay the fuck out of my chicken coop. No, I love chicken. I'm gonna use your chickens to make chicken nuggets. I'm gonna make them use dino nuggets.
And looks like we have quite a few games, maybe like 25, 30 games. Got stuff like SSX, The Simpsons.
You can't stop me from. You can't stop me.
Let's go. Now let's go ahead and hop over here and see what else.
I wanted dino nuggets.
Shortcuts, games, emulators, programs. Let me start with shortcuts and see where that takes us. For the most part, it looks like more games. We also have.
They said they wanted to revert back to being a dinosaur, so I turned them back into dino nuggets.
No way. We got the guy game. Was that in the game list earlier? Hold on. Oh, it was there. Yeah. This console just like guy game. That's the one that's like straight up was taken off shelves because of it's like not legal, right? Let's just boot it up and see if it actually works. Like, ooh, yeah, that's first time I ever booted up that game, and the boot screen is, I guess, what you expect. I mean, we're gonna black out like most of this menu here, but like, wow. How is this ever a game? But anyways, the options in the middle here are start game, options, meet the babes, play a quickie, additional stuff. I mean, you can't make this up. Additional stuff is photos and videos? Are you kidding me? There's no way. Oh, these are photos of like the actual making of the game. Is that what this is? I guess just like behind the scenes kind of stuff, so it's probably fine, but yeah, I'm not gonna click on it. Oh, and this, the part called meet the babes is literally click on them. It gives you your, there's no way, it gives you the height, weight, eyes, where they're from, their, I guess, favorite cocktail, and what do you say when you first meet a man? Could you please look me in the eye? This, I can see why this game was taken off shelves. Something's just wrong about this. Yeah, Okay, let's go back. Oh, I forgot our power button doesn't work here. How do I guess I gotta unplug the console to get back, or do I press some buttons here? I can't go back. Wait, oh, nope. Screen went black.
Alrighty.
Alright, let's go ahead and just unplug this thing. Plug it back
You
in.
have a good
See what happens
one.
there. But yeah, by the way, the game wasn't taken off shelves because of just, you know, scantily clad people. It was because of other reasons I won't explain in this video. You can, yeah, let's just go ahead and see what else is on this console. We got emulators here, which should be pretty interesting except for this 0 objects, so never mind. How about programs? We got Xbox dashboard, media center, hard drive loader, toolbox. I'll show you the Xbox dashboard. I guess that'll take us to the Xbox dashboard, but you know, we'll find out. And yeah, here we are. Cool. And you can see we have some save data here. And actually, I'm curious now, is this person actually playing the guy game? Oh my gosh, they've this person, man, he was really into the guy game. 25 saves. Ooh, man.
Don't
Save
ever
names like
look
your
up the
daddy,
guy game, guys.
Whistler,
Never
Bob
do
Lover,
that.
Hot sauce and dog. I'll leave it at that. Okay, that's enough of that game. Let's go back and put a game inside and see if it'll actually read.
Never look up the guy game.
Whoever had this console before me really enjoyed it, but yeah, let's boot up this game, and it's working. Cool. Let's go ahead and boot up another game, though, and just make sure it works. I'm going to try out Deer Hunt 2004, because why not? I mean, no surprise, the game is loading up and working. So, guys, for garbage score here, I'm going, it's a straight 10 out of 10, man. I mean, it's like a cool console, but for what you left on it, like, I have to give it a 10 out of 10. Like, I have to. So, yeah. But, guys, let's go ahead and let's move on. Now, in this box is one of the rarest Xbox consoles you'll ever see, and I paid about $600 for it from whatnot, but let's open it up and see what's inside. We have quite the packaging here, I guess. I mean, I guess that works. Yeah, just a mix of random stuff inside, but hopefully the Xbox itself is okay. That's all that really matters here, and oh boy, you guys can kind of see it now. Now, first of all, it is wrapped in a little bag, I guess, here. But guys, I have the limited edition Mountain Dew Xbox console, and this thing...
Oh.
And of course, it is a nice touch. They wrap this thing up in a little baggie here to help keep it protected a little more. And here it is, guys. We've got
I love Mountain Dew.
I guess you call it like a lime green here on top, and I guess the entire thing is lime green actually. And it's just, I don't know, it's so cool. It's got the whole matte aesthetic here, of course, glossy on the side though. And you have the Xbox limited edition logo here in the middle with the Mountain Dew logo at the bottom. And that theme, of course, just fits the OG Xbox perfectly. It's just it's the Mountain Dew era, man. And then flipping to the front,
hey,
it's in pretty solid condition. It's got a few scratches here.
You guys should help me get one of these.
There. It looks like
Give me a, guys, buy me that. Buy me a limited edition Mountain Dew Xbox console.
On the bottom, we have all rubber feet and our stickers that appear to be.
I know you guys can afford
this thing
it.
is peeling up a little bit at the side, so I wouldn't be surprised if somebody opened this up at some point in time and maybe cleaned it.
I'm joking.
I don't know, man. And flip it to the back, you got your power and AV. So overall, this Xbox just looks like a pretty normal OG Xbox. So I'm hoping when we boot it up, it has something special hidden for us.
Yeah, y'all better buy me and Fuzzy Drew a original Xbox Mountain Dew limited edition.
This is only available through a Mountain Dew promotion requiring loyal Dew drinking Xbox fans to amass 550 points.
If not, we'll kidnap your goldfish.
I guess you drink Mountain Dew, you get points and stuff, and then you can buy it. So pretty cool. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on and see what happens. Hallelujah, it is booting up. That's a great sign.
If we do not receive a Xbox original
go ahead and swap
Mountain Dew limited edition console, we will commit war to goldfish.
Spanish OG Xbox here, and that like makes it unusable for me. I don't know. We'll find out, guys. Let's scroll through here, hopping into system info to start with. It again looks like a normal OG Xbox here. And going back, I'll hop straight into the memory here and see if there's any save data here that maybe something related to this special edition thing. We got some American Chopper save data, Dead or Alive 3, FIFA 06, Halo, Inside Pitch 03.
I need
other games like Spike Out Battleship. What the heck is this? And then last but not least, Simpsons Road Rage, played it back in 2004 by Jamie.
Oh, Simpsons Road Rage was a pretty good game.
This is kind of wild. So to me, when you see a special edition console like this, when somebody had to, you know, drink thousands of gallons of Mountain Dew or whatever it was, you'd think it'd be like a die-hard Xbox fan that did that to get the points to buy this thing, but no. But maybe not, because this person has a total of like 10 saves, if even that. But all right, let's go back and pop open the disk drive here and see if that works. It does. Okay. So tossing in a game here. And honestly, I don't remember from the listing if this person said the console worked or not. I would imagine for $630 it would work, but yeah, we're about to find out. Now there it is, booting right up. So the Xbox actually works perfectly fine, and I'm kind of curious if this thing came with a Mountain Dew controller. According to Reddit, that is a no, but apparently somebody makes custom shells here, which is actually pretty neat. But guys, for garbage score here, I'm gonna go 2 out of 10 because like, this thing's cool, but it could have been cooler. Now guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next console. So I have an untested Fat 360 that I paid $30 for, which is just way too much, but let's open it up and see if it works. It was actually more like $10, but Goodwill shipping is crazy expensive, so yeah, if you know, you know. But as you can see, we've got the console here, and it is an old Fat 360 that's got a lot of marks on the top. It's not even just dirt and dust. It's like water.
Guys, I think my love of gaming is kind of dying, but I feel like I'm gonna end up being one of those people that buys game consoles and then just collects them.
Hopefully it does not red ring. Oh, there it goes. Let's go. You know what? I think I hear a game inside. Hold up. Let's go ahead and eject this thing and see what's in there. We got, we got Shadow of Mordor. That's extremely random. Disc 2 of 2, so that does no good to us, most likely. But whatever, it's in here. Disc is actually very clean as well. And now the console's stuck on the boot animation. That's not great, but it might be a bad hard drive. Let's go ahead and, I don't know, turn this thing back off, or turn it off and turn it back on and see what happens. And no, this time
I feel like I would be one of those
What is that?
nerds now
Jay
because,
Gould
like,
signed in here. We got a Call of Duty 4 background, which is sick.
I would just have
Here,
I would
man.
just have books full
That's
about
hilarious.
game
We got
consoles and
let's go ahead
stuff.
Start exploring. We got some gold on this console, and man, he's got quite the get up. Let's go ahead and check out what games he was playing. So of course, Shadow of Mordor, which you saw in the disc drive. But I'm trying to find a date of when he last has played this thing. Here we go, Battlefield 3 in 2017. Okay, first started playing back in 09. Okay, now are there any other profiles? Let's go ahead and check. Got 2 total profiles. So we got Jay Glorless, Goreless, and then random people. I guess for guests maybe. I don't know. All right, next up we'll hop into these games, see if there's anything downloaded here, and unfortunately not. That's kind of tragic. How about our system hard drive? Let's see if there's anything stored here. So we got 12 gigs free. Got a little bit of data taken up here just from, I guess, yeah, save data, including the Rugby Challenge and Rugby World Cup 2011. What? I don't know, maybe he's just not from the US because the rugby is just not popular in the US, obviously. Under avatar items, we do have an agency helicopter toy, which is kind of cool. And oh, we got music. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. We've got a bunch of different artists here, which I do not recognize. So that probably means they are some sort of metal. Probably. I don't know, man. But of course, I am very curious about the themes here because we see the Call of Duty 4 theme in the background, which is sick. I don't think I've ever actually seen that theme before, and I've seen quite a few themes, and it just froze. Oh, the console is still on, so it's not a red ring issue. It's probably a bad hard drive. Let's go ahead and turn it off.
I don't know. Bruh.
Go broke all the time. Let's go ahead and open the disk tray up, though. It does. Cool. And I forgot about the themes. Hold on. Let me go back and check out the themes now that the console's back on and not frozen. Hopefully I can get here fast enough. And yeah, it's all the standard themes except for Charlie Oscar Delta Pack. That's the only special one here. All right. For garbage score, I'm going to go 3 out of 10. I'm actually surprised here. But you want to buy this thing, it'll be for sale on my website. So go check that out. Guys, let's move on to our next console. So here I have an untested Xbox Series X that I paid $400 for from Goodwill, which I think is actually a solid price these days. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Now, as you can see, Goodwill included a butt ton of packaging, which is, I'll take that all day. And here's the console. We actually have the box here, which is in not great condition. I mean, look at the back here. The entire back is just tape. All right, looking at the inside here, we have more packaging. Man, they went crazy on this one. Got a manual stuck to the top. That's just amazing. Got the console here. Not sure if we have any accessories inside of this box, but let's go ahead and check. Okay, there it is. So it was upside down, and we have a controller here. Appears to be a real Series X controller. Also got a power cord and HDMI cord. And taking a look at the console itself, I'm a little concerned because first of all, here in the front we have quite a what is that? That's actually just like part of the skin of the console just rubbed off, which is interesting. Same up here, and oh, actually in the corner we have a giant dent. Hope nobody dropped this thing, but it's kind of looking like that. And then flipping to the back here, that actually looks fine. Clearly it's not been opened up or anything. And you know what? Otherwise it actually looks okay. So let's go ahead and plug this thing in, turn it on, and see if it actually works because it was untested. So hopefully it works. And one thing I do want to mention, the HDMI port down here actually looks really good. I don't see like any scratches at all, which is very surprising if this thing was actually used. So maybe it wasn't used, but we're about to find out. And you know what? It is booted up here, and we got to set it up. So it's factory reset of all things. But we'll go ahead and log in with my profile and just see what happens. And in classic fashion, it's forcing me to update, so I'll come back in a minute.
One eternity later.
Updated and signed in, and of course we can't see the last time this thing was played because Xbox just updated the crap out of this thing. But let's go ahead and toss a game inside at least and see if the disk drive works. And yep, that's installing. So let's go ahead and next up, I want to hop into eBay real quick and just kind of see what these consoles are selling for and see if I got a deal or not. So I see quite a few listings with console and controller selling for about $400 on eBay. Now mine came with a box, so it's worth more like, I don't know, $430 maybe. That's just a guess. But guys, remember, this thing came untested, so I paid market value for a untested console that I got lucky on and actually worked. So don't be like me and just, yeah, don't do it. But for garbage score, I feel like this is like a straight down the middle, 5 out of 10. So guys, want to buy this thing, it'll be on my website, so go check that out. And let's go ahead and move on to our next console. So I have what I think is an Xbox One here. I don't know where it came from, but let's open it up and see what's inside of this, whatever this is. And indeed, we have everybody's favorite, the Xbox One with the classic Turtle Beach sticker on top, and the bottom feels a little loose. Maybe not. Maybe it's fine. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like it's been opened up.
Oh, thank
before,
you,
so that's not a great
Dusk.
design, and,
How are you doing?
But I don't know, man. Let's plug it in and see if it turns on. Well, plugged in, and would you look at that? That's not good. Let me just verify my cables here. Oh, yeah, it's plugged in, but did you hear that? Let's listen to this. So unplugged, plug it in now. Ooh. I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a fried power supply. And it, yeah, lines up because it's not turning on. Great. Now, I wonder if there's a game inside. Can you manually eject games from an Xbox One? Let's look it up. So according to my man Tronics Fix here, there is a, basically take a flashlight, shine it in there, and you can see a little orange circle somewhere in there where you can stick a paperclip in. I don't know if you guys can see that, but if we stick it in that little hole, we can probably attempt to eject something, maybe. Yeah, I got a paperclip here that's extended out, and it kind of pushes in, but nothing is coming out the front, so I'm going to assume there is no disc inside, which is kind of tragic. All right, guys, you know what this is? It's a 10 out of 10 garbage, so yeah, let's move on. So here I should have an OG Xbox, but I don't know when, where, who,
I don't know.
how.
Maybe
I
I
don't know
should
anything about
watch
it.
the
Let's
video
open it up.
game Angry
And indeed,
Angry
it is
Video
an
Game
OG
Nerd.
Xbox, and that's all that's in here except for, oh, we got a DVD receiver. That's very random. I guess I'll take that. Now here in the bottom, looks like it's not been opened up before, which is a good sign. Well, maybe. You kind of want to take out the clock capacitor on these things, but whatever. Let's plug it in and see what happens. All right, got this bad boy plugged in. Let's go ahead and see if we got power here, and we do. It's a good start. How about this eject button? And we got nothing inside. Well, that's tragic. Oh well. It is booting up. That's a good sign. Let's go ahead and check out our memory, see if there's anything saved on this thing. Maybe there's some suspicious stuff saved. There usually is, but about to find out. Whoa, we get 12 saves of AMP 2. It's kind of sick. We got Barbie Horse. Yo. I forgot that was even a game on the OG Xbox. That's crazy.
Oh my God, we should play Barbie Horse sometime.
I also got Shark Tale. I don't know, but
I'm not gonna say that.
on a GameCube.
Because next thing you know, after I say that, I'm gonna have Barbie Horse on my.
Yeah, loads right up. So
someone's gonna gift me Barbie Horse on Steam or something.
Don't usually get. So because of that, I'm gonna go with the elusive 1 out of 10 garbage score. Like this thing, it's fine. It works. It's cool. Anyways, you want to buy it, it'll be on my website, so go check it out. So thanks for watching this episode of Gamer Garbage. If you enjoyed, check out this next episode of Gamer Garbage right here.
61, good. I think we lost a couple followers, but eh. Yeah, let's. All right.
You know you could be vaping from...
Trying to find a. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you.
Today we're gonna play Lemmings, but I mean it's such an appealing game ever since seeing it on the front cover Nintendo Power. It was always something.
I love that you have this amazing Nintendo Power collection.
Yeah,
you're really cool.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I have no idea how to play this game, so this should be fun.
But generally, the idea is, to get the lemmings to the goal. There's the door. Right. You want them to go there. So in the bottom, you select all the different, abilities.
Right.
It's sort of like you assign a task to them. And this one's pretty self-explanatory. Right. He digs the hole. They all go down.
They all go down. They all go to the goal.
Yeah, so that's.
You're gonna save all of them. You're so smart.
And that's it. But then it gets more and more complicated as it goes on.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So so they're gonna die if we don't. Oh crap! Give them the umbrellas before they fall. It gets
save them all.
More complicated.
80% of them. Hey, I'm hitting the wrong button.
Yeah, you got a target. There you go. Okay.
Don't go that way.
Okay. So now they're all going to go the other way.
Okay, which is fine. Oh yeah, we're gonna save these fucks. I got this shit.
Save
Stop.
these fucks.
Save these fucking women.
Level starts. Save the fucks.
Save the fucks. Don't go
You
this way.
saved 20% of the fucks.
You gotta make them climb.
Yeah, and the pickaxe is similar to digging, except that it goes in that diagonal fashion. But now we still have to figure out how to get them over there. So there you go. So boom.
Yep.
And I guess we gotta do it there. Yeah, it's definitely a game that requires a lot of patience. So you gotta get into this really, relaxed mindset.
Yeah. Smack that shit. No, stop it. Get through there.
Yeah, they might all make it now. Let's see. Tell you what. Let's look in the magazine and see what
Nintendo Power.
Yeah. Yeah, the climber, the bomber, the builder, the miner, the floater, the blocker, the basher, and the digger.
Builders will help you here. I like how they give you little clues, and they only give you some.
Yeah.
Like, I can imagine later in the game you have like all the options though.
Yeah, it gets nuts. But what's great about this game, you could put in the password and always come back to where you were. Which nowadays you just have auto saves and it's not even a thought. There you go.
I did.
Wow, look at that. Look at that gore. Ah, I know what you need to do. You need to use a blocker, like a combination. So you block them back.
I see. I might kill my friends over here though.
Oh, I wasn't close enough. Fuck. All right. Well then,
It's not gonna time out.
Oh, wait. Yeah, you got it. Okay.
I can't.
Oh, we're out of explosions.
I don't have explosions.
So I think you might need to nuke the whole level.
I'll try that again. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I failed.
But you can try again and again. Boom! Look at that. Oh, fireworks.
So much lemming murder.
And that's the thing. It's like you have to fail in order to learn. My kids like this game. They play real life lemmings sometimes, where you just walk in the walls and stuff, walk around the house, and then somebody has to like be the blocker.
Sorry, dude. You gotta make some sacrifices.
All right. Yeah. Now you just sit back and you just watch the success happen.
Yeah, I'll put them all in there. Let's go.
Oh, I love those noises.
You gotta kick.
Oh, you gotta do it like right
there,
motherfucker. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do it right this time. There we go. Okay.
Well,
Roll these guys up.
Oh, you got him. You gave him an umbrella.
It's like a giant caterpillar or something. Come on, umbrellas. Get your umbrellas. Here they come. What? Oh no! I didn't. Wow!
That was a grand explosion right there.
Oh my gosh, that's like a old PC screensaver.
Yeah, right. Oh no! I'm sure there's several different ways.
Yeah, it's got that pickaxe mixed up with the basher. I think that might be the ticket. Whoa, oh shit! Oh, you don't have it selected. Fuck, I didn't see that either.
That's what it is. Okay.
It's like you're in hell, but you're here in this pleasant
tranquil hell.
Tranquil hell. Tranquil hell. Is there a way to...
It's like a spa that gets too hot, you know?
A spa that gets too hot?
No one's gonna die.
Yeah. Gonna drown, too.
They're all gonna drown. Unless I make them a builder. Where's the builder?
Aww. 80? Oh, not 80%, but 80?
Oh, yeah, there's 100 of them, I think.
Hell. Oh, shit. Is somebody dying? Somebody's dying!
They're falling out. They're climbing off the back.
Where?
Climbing backwards.
Where is it?
See right there.
Oh, that's... Fuck, okay. Oh, shit.
Fuck.
Oh, man. Okay. Well...
That wasn't the strategy.
Yeah, at least we could learn something from this. So, look at that. Boom! Wow. That's epic.
Go up the water. If you get that thing as high as that beam, you can probably just go straight across, like through it. It should go all the way through.
I think so.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Logically, this whole thing should just collapse.
They should all
not complaining though.
Yeah, you got it.
I hope it might be too close.
Might be too close to the bottom. Oh,
Alright guys, I'm gonna get something to eat real quick and I'll be back on maybe later.
You rescued 100%.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I might be doing some Minecraft later.
Nice. How the fuck?
I remember this one. I mean, I don't remember how to do it, but I remember playing this one. And this one took a little while. You have to block like the last one, like right before they fall, and that way you'll have more time to do it. Yeah, there you go. Just like one of those to stop.